going so far this week?
It was good. Good energy. Guys were refreshed. Kind of had a hybrid Wednesday practice to get them moving around again. But I thought it was a good focus, and guys are excited about the week.
With the way offenses have gone around the league and quarterback numbers across the board are down pretty noticeably for the first time in 5 years. Is it defenses? Is it just the way the season's playing out? Do you see?
Yeah, I don't have an answer on that. I mean, a couple of those guys are still putting up big numbers, but yeah, overall, I think offensively, a lot of teams aren't playing as well as they'd like, and everybody's trying to figure it out.
Closer to home, kind of how would you analyze how Kyler's first 7 games have gone?
You know, I think beginning of the season, getting rhythm back after not doing a ton in training camp for a number of reasons, but he's battled. I think he's fought and had us in every game except the first one, which is all you can ask as a quarterback. But I think as we get going with Hop and get Robbie adjusted and get some of these other pieces back, that we have a chance to hit our stride, and excited to see how it plays out.
Do you see a bigger package for Robbie this week?
I wouldn't say much bigger. We're going to try and make sure whatever we have him doing, he feels confident and can execute at a high level. So we'll see how the week goes.
We talked a lot about how Hop being back changes the way the entire offense looks. You know, Minnesota kind of has a elite receiver too with Justin Jefferson.
Not kind of. I mean, he's all the way elite, that one.
How does that change them? I mean, how do you have to account for him? Is it similar to Hopkins, or are they kind of different?
It is, yeah. I mean, they move him around. He can do kind of like Hop. He can be on the outside and beat you with a go route, or put him inside, beat you on an option route. I mean, I think that's the versatility of both those guys is unique. Great route runners, great hands, very competitive. There's some similarities there for sure.
You have a Hop in the slot more Thursday than before. Is that a game-to-game thing, or do you foresee that going on the season kind of?
This offseason, we talked about just trying to maximize him, looking at some of the other pieces where he would fit best, and we made a conscious effort to really try and move him around and do a better job with that. I think he has a better understanding of our offense now and the complete scheme, not just what he does, and I think that's helped all of us. I'm excited to see what he can do with a full week of practice. You know, I think it was pretty remarkable, him getting in there last week and having the production he did, so hopefully this week he can even take another step.
How much moving him has to do with teams not being able to kind of get the film on what he's doing routinely at number one?
Yeah, I mean, we were going to be very conscientious in doing it this year anyways, you know, after we did our self-study last year and how things went. We wanted to make sure we utilized him as much as we can, and so I think we'll continue to do that based on matchups and game plans.
You see more opportunities for Rondale as each week progresses here?
I do. Like I said, with all the wide receivers, it's hard to figure out where each guy goes and trying to draw up plays for everybody. But he's a dynamic talent, and we got to continue to find ways to get the ball in his hands.
When it comes to fourth downs, how do you feel about leading the league in attempts and conversions?
I mean, I don't love it. You know, I'd rather get the first down on third down. There's no doubt. It's stressful, but we have a good plan. We're going to be aggressive, but like I've said, a lot of the ones we've had to go for are situational this season. But to be able to convert when you need to have it, I think down the road it's going to pay dividends, hopefully.
You didn't go for it on fourth when you were at Texas Tech nearly as much as you're doing now.
We were down a lot, so we went for it quite a bit, more than I would have liked. But, yeah, it's just situationally it's come up more for whatever reason to try and stay in games since I've been here.
Has your approach to it changed at all since you got to the NFL?
No, I think I've always been pretty aggressive as far as, you know, we're going to consider all the things that go into it, analytics, and make good decisions from there. But when you have dynamic playmakers and unique players, I mean, you want the ball in their hands in crucial situations, and so we're going to continue to do that.
Your run defense has been pretty stout all year. You're going against a pretty good guy this week who could bust one at any time. You've also got Jefferson. If you could stop one of those guys, do you like your chances? And how important is it to at least try to stop one of those two?
Yeah, you have to. There's no doubt. If they both get going, you're in trouble. But Dalvin's one of those guys, you can bottle him up for, you know, the entire game, and then the last one he goes for 70 yards and outruns everybody. So he's been a really good back in this league a long time, and with the weapons they have, I think Kevin's done a great job of maximizing each guy in this system, and Kirk's playing at a really high level. He's getting the ball out quick and going to the right place with it.
I'm going to ask you about Kirk, because he seems to be a guy that everyone seems to find, at least outside, finds things to criticize. What's your overall view of him?
He's played at a really high level for a long time. Whether it was Washington or Minnesota, he seems to always have his team in the chase, and that's all you can ask. When I watch him, great decision maker, very accurate thrower, has played in a bunch of schemes and been successful in every one of them. So I think he's a really, really good player, and for whatever reason, people want to give him a bad rap, but he's played at a high level for his entire career, really.
You've had a couple, animated interactions, I guess, with Kyler in games. We haven't seen that before, and you joked about him. But is there any regret about that TV cameras caught that? Anything learned going forward? Will you try to avoid those? Or?
Yeah, I mean, I don't think it's just, like I said, it's the motion of the game. So it's not like either of us took anything personal. It's just we want to be good. And so far this season, we feel like we haven't played as well as we want to. And so the intensity's ratcheted up, and that's really what that was.
You're talking about with Kyler and finding more of a rhythm as we go. His completion percentage is down considerably from last year, more or less, but it was pretty high to begin with. Do expectations get kind of high with some of that stuff where, like, okay, if you're not hitting 70% of your passes, something's wrong? And
yeah, I don't think it's that. I mean, I think, like I've said it along, if you have a true number one wideout and he goes away, numbers are going to be affected. I don't care who you are in this league, and you can look across the board. When that happens, that scenario, it's going to be different. It's going to look different, and I think a lot of that has to do with that, and we'll see if I'm right.
For the offense, is it more important to stay on schedule or have the score tied or be ahead? I mean, how do you balance all that?
Really just stay on schedule. We haven't been good on third down, and so we've struggled to just consistently put drives together, make routine plays, which has put us behind, and then you become one-dimensional. But if we can stay in those games, stay on schedule, and be able to, call whatever we want, run or pass, I feel like we have a much better chance to be successful.
Going back to the fourth down stuff, we've kind of talked about it over the few weeks, kind of what the process is, like, from start to finish, when you want to go forward and fourth, or what is that process? Like, do you know going into it which situations?
Yeah.
Your ear, like, what's the whole process?
Yeah, I have a pretty good feel for when the drive starts. Hey, it's 4th and 3 here. It's 4th and 1 here. It's 4th and 6 here. So in your mind, you are gearing up for, hey, if it gets in that situation, what play would I call? So before the drive, I have a pretty good feel for what I would call. If we do get in that situation, I feel good about the play call. I feel good about how we're moving the football, our matchups, all those things. And then it ultimately comes down to me. If I feel like it's the right time to do it, we'll go for it. And then sometimes it's out of necessity when you're behind, like we've been a lot of the season.
Today's roster moves. Is Prater down this week since you called him sign Roger?
Yeah, he's day-to-day. It may be a deal where he doesn't take the kickoffs. If he can just kick field goals, we're not sure yet. We got to get through the week and see where it goes. But we want to be really cautious with it at this point.
The two running backs that were hurt, Connor and
They'll be day-to-day as well. Yeah, they got a little work in today. I'm not sure if they'll be full go by game time.
Have you had a situation where you've had so many guys get hurt like this?
Not like this just yet, but a lot of them aren't season ending, which is good. Hopefully we'll get them back at some point, but we got to be able to stay healthy and get some consistency.
What are your thoughts on Marco getting defensive play?
Excited for him. He's worked really hard since training camp to continue to get better, and just his presence on the field, how calm he looked out there Thursday night, his demeanor, the situational awareness has really improved, and that was a big-time play he made. So it's fun to see a guy like that gradually get better and earn some recognition from outside this building.
When you have that interaction with Kyler on Thursday nights, did your phone get blown up over the weekend?
Yeah. No, I just that's why I don't have kids yet. I avoid the dramatic interactions as much as I can. But those situations, like I said, trying to win, trying to play better on offense, intensity's ratchet up. game time, all those things. That's the relationship. You know, we both want to be really good on offense. We both expect to be really good, and so that happens.
Did you calm down when he said what he said?
I didn't think I was too fired up to begin with, but yeah, I mean, at that point, you got to be able to talk about it. We're down there on the goal line. You got to be able to reset and talk through it and get the job done.
When you tell people to calm down, it's usually has the opposite effect. Like they don't calm down. Like were you like, tell me to calm down?
No, I did not. The camera didn't catch me, did it? No? Yeah, so no, I didn't say that.
Is Rodney getting any closer to being able to play, do you think?
I hope so. Some maintenance stuff that we're working through, but I'm hoping the next couple of weeks we can have him back, which would be huge. I mean, he's another guy that when he's played for us in this offense, he's played at a high level.
Are you expecting to get Richard back at some point this season?
We don't know. It's going to be a wait and see. I'd say it's a month before we'll know anything, whether we can rehab it and play or just go to IR.
So you're not sure, is there surgery possibly? Or
There is. I think. No, it'll be a month into it. Let it try and heal somewhat on its own. I think at some point he'll have to have surgery, but he may be able to rehab and play through it.
Is it a neck or a shoulder?
Shoulder.
Thanks, Coach.
Thank y'all.
How do you feel like things went, or going, I guess, 3 weeks now? How do you feel like
About what?
water bump, how's it doing? How do you feel like things went today?
Today was good. Today was a good practice. Put the plan in. Obviously, we know the challenge we have ahead. Great defense. They'll be ready to go. Coming off a bye, fresh. Good offense as well. So we got to come to play.
You mentioned last week just how you felt like you're kind of gradually getting into it, like you kind of had some hiccups in camp and all that stuff. I'm wondering, A, do you feel like things change now that Hop is there, and B, is there a way for you to have avoided that, or was that just what was going to happen with you missing all that time?
I think a lot of stuff is natural. What I'm saying? You can't really control. You would like to. Of course, I would have loved to start the season how we did last year. That's not the case. I think having Hop back definitely helps. Just having him out there, his presence, his confidence, obviously the ability, route running, catch the ball, all that stuff. But just more than anything, me and him are just comfortable together, and we've had those reps. And I know where he's gonna be, what he's gonna do. Same for him. So yeah, it's unfortunate to start the season like that, but I don't think we could have done anything differently.
You've look across the league right now, and quarterback numbers are down across the board and they're lower than they have been in like 5 years. Does it feel like defenses are doing a lot different overall? I know you're not watching a lot of their games, but do you just feel like do you think there's any particular reason why offense has dropped a little bit?
I don't know. I saw Tom Brady said something about there's a lot of bad football being played or something like that. A lot of teams are like 3-3, 3-4, and all that stuff. I think defenses are, the explosion of last year. There's a lot of explosive plays. Really, offense kind of, took off last year, I felt like. So, I don't know, maybe defenses are, a lot of too high, a lot of, shell coverage and stuff like that, making people check the ball down, take the underneath stuff, which I know we've had to deal with that. I think I would do the same if I was a defensive coordinator, kind of a bend but don't break type of mentality. Make these, there's so many great athletes on offense, so many great players in today's league, so competitive that I think, it's tough to put guys in, situations where they're playing man or where they can get beat. So, I would probably do the same.
Are you anxious to see what you can get out of Robbie?
Am I anxious to see it? I wouldn't say I'm anxious. I'm excited for him. This is his second week. You can tell him he's more comfortable, talking more vocal. Obviously, he's got the ability, but, we got to build a rapport together. And we'll do that, with time. But, yes, I'm excited to see him on the field more.
You guys lead the league in fourth down attempts and conversions.
Oh, wow.
What do you like being in that position, or you guys lead the league in both of them?
I would like to convert, first downs on, earlier downs, first, second down, not have to get to third and fourth down, see more exotic stuff on third down and stuff like that. But I think that just goes to show you, the confidence that coach obviously has in us to make it. And then we got to continue to make it. I know that we've had some fourth downs where we haven't made it. Last year I think we were pretty good at, I think we were one of the best teams at third down and fourth down. So hopefully we can continue that.
You mentioned being comfortable with DeAndre. What's your thought on just him being moved around a little bit more, different spots in the formation on offense?
I think it's a necessity. I think, his first year here, he had 1,400 yards. I don't know how. We literally he lined up on the left side of the field, and we just kind of went to work, which, every week it was, why are people allowing us to do this? I don't know, but it happened. And then, last year, he was moving around a little bit more, ended up getting hurt and stuff like that. But I think for us to easily, just give him easy completions and get the ball in our best players' hands, got to move him around for sure.
How much does that open up things also for other receivers?
Everybody. I mean, I know we have one of the best receiving corps in the league, for the depth that we have. The guys we got in that room, the running backs, tight ends, I'm confident in everybody out there. So the more we can move him around, make people, worry about him, which is a given, other people are going to be open.
Do you think it made it easier for teams to game plan against you with him just on the left side, like you were saying?
We don't, obviously, but it makes defense show their hand. Obviously, when you have a guy like that out there. And again, it's my job to read the defense if they don't. So.
You watched Justin Jefferson?
Yeah, it's really good. It's really good.
Cliff was saying that he reminds there's a lot of similarities with Hop, but he doesn't seem to ever drop a ball when he's throwing his way.
I got a chance to be around in the Pro Bowl. Obviously saw him his last year at LSU, what he was doing. And then now in the league, he's one of the best shooters in the game right now, youngest. So he'll continue to be great, continue to do his thing. But we know the challenge we have as as a unit, as a team.
Kind of, what was the weekend like after the TV interaction with Kliff? Did you hear a lot from people about that?
Not really, but and then some cases people brought it up to me. So it was a little 50-50. It wasn't too much. People didn't make a big deal about it, but I definitely got some questions, just from friends and stuff like that.
What do you laugh about it with him, or what do you?
No, it wasn't a big deal. I know people were making it a big deal, but it wasn't anything crazy to me or him. We were just trying to win a game.
Did you take downtime this weekend? Did you, I'm like, what do you do on a mini bye with a couple of days off?
Just kick back. I got to watch a lot of football. Chill with the family. Just nothing crazy.
It seems like everybody was talking about catching up on sleep. Did you have to catch up on sleep?
No, I'm not. I'm not like a hibernator. No.
Kliff was asked if he did calm down Thursday after you told him to calm down. He said, I didn't think I was that animated to begin with.
He said what? He said he didn't think it was animated? No, I mean, no. He may not be. I don't know.
How would you characterize the whole relationship? Obviously, it's coach and player, but maybe is it more than that? Almost like brothers, or I mean, Hop said I never been married. It's like a marriage. How would you characterize that relationship?
No, I wouldn't take it that far. I just, again, he's competitive. I'm competitive. It wasn't anything more than, just, like I said, just trying to win. I mean, it was, time was running down. I think he was a little frustrated with whatever I had done. I don't know, but no, it's not a big deal. It wasn't a big deal.
Thanks, Kyler.
Appreciate it.
Kyler. Appreciate it.